Right. So I sent back a response earlier, but rather than just reading that, I'll just tell you my thoughts on it. Um, the stuff, well, everything about going to Mars is about mass in low Earth orbit to send to Mars. And once you're at Mars, that mass has to get down to the surface, and you also need energy. So at the end of the day, making or producing plastics or making anything from Martian resources is can be put into a trade space of the amount of mass you have to put on the surface and the energy, whether it's there in situ or whether you have to send some energy device from Earth to get the energy you need to transform the raw materials that are present on Mars into something you can use. So it really comes down to that trade space. So in terms of the glycerin and the paraben and the alcohol, these are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and some nitrogen probably. Um, those things already exist on Mars. So is it possible? Yes, but what is the cost in a mission architecture framework for putting the things there on the surface of Mars that'll produce it? The reason we looked at plastics is we can do 3D manufacturing, 3D printing with plastics. And plastics is just one more uh, carbon atom, if you will, beyond methane that we will already need to make on the surface of Mars to get home. So basically going from CH4, which is methane, to C2H4, which is ethylene, and then convert the ethylene to polyethylene, which is C3H6, are just, those are simple steps beyond what you already have to do. So again, the question lies in what's the what's the amount of mass, what's the amount of energy, and what can you produce with the resources there. Now, one more part of it, and this is some of my research, and again, I wish I sent you an updated and condensed version of my introduction. Right now, we're looking at what will it take for, say, robots to repair robots on the surface of Mars. If we can do that, then we can probably minimize the amount of mass we have to send from Earth and then turn it into simply an energy equation. And then, if it's just an energy equation, can we get enough solar power there or other energy concepts there, or do we have to actually send something like RTGs or nuclear uh, vision devices there? So again, it's a trade space, and you have to decide how bad you need it on the surface and for what purposes, and then see if it will buy itself into the mission.